We don't have an intro.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. We gotta figure out a new intro. You know what my favorite intro was? When we spun the chairs around.
Oh, come on.
That was my favorite intro of all time.
Because P was nervous when I said 36 questions to falling in love. I don't need to fall in love. It's not a spell. But we will,
Exactly. Is it a spell?
we will feel closer and we will have a better understanding of each other by the end of it. Exactly.
It's always a good thing.
Exactly.
You can't say, yeah.
So the first question is, if you can invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be?
Anyone in the world
Living or
to
dead?
dinner? Living or dead, eh? I'd probably say Michael Jackson.
Wow, okay. How come Michael Jackson?
Because Michael Jackson lived like I think no one's ever lived before. Like his life from being a young child and being like in the spotlight till adulthood, till his death. Like his entire life was in front of a camera. I just like to find out, like, not necessarily how he functions, but I'd like to find like what we're doing now. I'd like to get closer to him to really see inside the mind of Michael Jackson. You know what
I love that.
How he thinks.
Sean?
Yes.
If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, living or alive, who would it be?
Like I said earlier, Mike Tyson.
And why?
Because I think that there was things that were done to him maliciously. He was definitely taken advantage of from his management. And I would just like to know really what that power behind that punch is. You know, maybe like a head, put some gear on, have him spar. Now, I don't want to take it from him, but because I love that kind of, like he was one of the guys, I idolized him, you know?
Yeah.
Like I tried to mimic him.
And P, if you could have dinner with anyone in the world, you said?
Selassie. If I could have dinner with anybody in the world, I would have dinner with His Imperial Majesty, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Conqueror Lion of the tribe of Judah.
I love that.
Selassie, and get some knowledge and wisdom and understanding.
Come on. So we should pay attention to each other's answers too, because that's part of like the exercise, getting to know each other. What do you think about P saying Selassie? P saying Selassie actually inspired me to say, because I said Christ. I choose Christ because I want to get the race thing off of the table.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I gotta know how this brother looks.
To your dinner, what would you expect him to look like if you'd ask me?
Oh, I love that question. That's such a good question, Sean. That is such a good question.
A white man with a long beard?
Me personally, no. I'm thinking more Semitic looking. He was Semitic. So like like the way Ethiopians look nowadays, like with the curly hair and like the copper skin, like the Bible describes them. I don't know what to
was
tell
from
you.
Ethiopia, right?
Yes, I do.
So they consider him the King of Kings, the Lord of
Selassie, okay, so is Selassie considered Christ-like?
Christ,
He's a descendant from David, they
from
say.
David. Okay,
yeah.
sorry, so I don't know the whole story, but I mean that's as close to, I guess, on humans form.
Yeah, because I believe Christ was also a descendant of David, and he was like part of that too.
Yeah. But yeah, like how would you want him for dinner? How would you?
Yeah, I'm saying I kind of feel like he's gonna be
come?
like African Arabic looking.
Yeah.
That's how I assume.
I don't doubt it because you know what?
I don't know.
If you look at Jesus, he's really got a complexion. He's not really white. You understand? When you look at like the pigments of
No. You can't base it on those pictures at all.
No,
you
but
can't
that's
base
what
it
I'm
on
saying.
any of
But
the
I'm not saying he's like a white man. You know what I mean? Like people have him as a white man, or Jewish, whatever you want to call him. But he has a dark, like he has a tone. Okay, you're in the desert, man. You're in the.
This is it, and the Bible describes him.
Yeah, so I don't believe that.
His skin is the color of copper, and a penny is dark brown.
Yeah. So.
Okay, second question. Would you like to be famous? In what way? Would you like to be famous? In what way?
If I would like to be famous in what
Would you like to be famous? Yes or no? And if yes, in what way?
Oh, no, I wouldn't like to.
Really? No.
No, why? Why? I wouldn't like to be famous. For what?
You are really famous.
Like famous for something or just famous?
Famous. Famous, and then in what way, if yes? And for what? If you could choose right now, would you choose to be a famous person? Famous, it could be famous barber,
Yeah,
it could be
okay,
famous.
yes, I would choose to be a famous person.
Okay, cool.
Famous for what? You didn't even ask me the rest.
The second question is, in what?
Okay.
So if yes, you do want to be famous, in what would you want to be famous to?
Famous for helping people who are having a hard time get into a better spot.
Okay. Famous for giving back. Famous for helping.
Famous for helping those in need.
I love that.
Would I want to be famous?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want to be famous.
No?
No, I don't want the fame. Fame brings a lot of problems. The most famous people that I've heard about end up on drugs, whatever, like just destroying their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Your freedom's gone with fame.
You don't want to be famous, Sean?
Oh no! I don't want to be on camera. I would love to be famous without the sacrifices of what you get with fame.
So the negative side.
I would love the fortune from it,
Yeah.
say, but I don't want to be gated behind a house where I can't let people come and be welcome and, you know, that famous. No, a little bit of fame is good.
Yeah.
Right? A little bit of fortune is good too. Too much is too much. Too much is, you know, and like Peter was saying, like if you get into that party scene, with that famous party scene, man, look what happened to all those famous people, like Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, Amy Winehouse, down the list, Heath Ledger. You're talking about people that became famous, right? And they're gone. I'm still here. So what fame I've got from life itself, coming to the shop and having people in the shop.
Popularity,
And, hey,
yeah.
you know, the other day I came into the shop and one of the customers was like, hey, because he hadn't seen it in a year
Yeah.
or so. And it feels good. That kind of fame is nice when you know people want to see you, miss you. That
Yeah,
kind
that's
of,
huge.
I love
This
that.
next question I love. So what would constitute a perfect day for you?
Perfect day.
What's your idea of a perfect day?
Wow, I gotta think about that one. I never really thought about a perfect day.
I know. Some of these questions I was like, huh.
Yeah, because it's usually at the end of the day where I'm like, I had a good day. I don't, my mood? Depending on
Well,
how my day starts.
what would describe your perfect day?
energy. I like a lot of energy. I think in my day. You know what I'm saying? I like energy. It's just I don't know if it's because it's the shop,
Yeah.
but it's something I think I've gotten used to it.
Huh.
I just appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I love that. It's like a busy, boistrous day is like a perfect day for you.
Yes, and everybody's getting along. Everybody's happy. We're cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Almost like every day, pretty much. at the shop.
I
It's
love
good.
that. So you're happy. You're
almost
living
like-
a good life.
I feel that way. Yeah.
What constitutes a perfect day for you? Describe your perfect day.
It's hard to say because there's so many great days.
Just
In
when you
life.
think of a perfect day, one perfect.
perfect
Somebody
day-
said, Sean, I'm gonna make tomorrow your perfect day. What does that day look like?
Definitely when I wake up, everything's working, getting out of bed. You know what I mean? I'm not rushed, you know, through work, for example. You don't feel the pressure of, like I got my day, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Perfect day in the barbershop is when the barbers cut hair.
No, just perfect day for you. It doesn't have to be in the
So,
shop.
okay, so
it can
for-
be anywhere in the world. Just what
Okay,
is
so
your
the
perfect day?
for me is to watch like a mafia series all day.
Cool.
Not, I mean, you eat,
Yeah,
but just to watch like Sopranos, like one
Yeah.
whole season.
yeah.
See,
I
know?
did that once. My
Yeah.
stepmom made the best. She was the best lasagna maker. But I had lasagna and watched Godfather all day. 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's hard to really put your finger on the perfect day because there's days you're in the mood to watch movies all day.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I love this day. But then there's other days where you're like, yo, I can't sit around and watch movies all day. Crazy? I got stuff to do.
So I guess it's just a priority of what your perfect day
Priority.
is. P. Oh, so for me, I guess it's not even a particular exercise, but my perfect day definitely has to have freedom. So I'm free, sunshine,
Yes.
freedom, and
True.
some money.
True.
And sunshine, freedom, money, adventure. That's all I need.
True.
Like that's
True.
like
Like, I don't know, some people like
perfect day, Pete.
Perfect day for me
Yeah.
is when I make maximum amount of money with the least effort.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a perfect day for me.
When did you last sing to yourself or someone else?
I sing every morning a hymn.
Oh wow. See?
Every morning I say
This is
the
important.
I say the
I didn't know that about
say
Sean.
okay, I say the Our Father every
Yes,
morning.
Yes.
And then I sing Holy, Holy, Holy. You know that
I
song?
love that.
You know that song? Holy, 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 Lord God of hosts, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna in the highest, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest.
Sean,
So I
that's,
sing that.
the
So I
fact that
sing
you're singing that every morning is
sound like you sing it.
setting.
You sing pretty well.
Are you
I
singing
sing
with?
it every
Are you singing
morning.
with your
And I
wife?
feel a little
Are you
goosebumps.
and your
I feel-
wife having like a small service in the morning together?
She prays every morning
And you guys pray
when
together?
I'm sleeping. No,
Okay.
She prays every morning because she prays at a time when her family back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
The time is like at the time, right?
Yeah.
But she prays every morning. She has the rosary beads in her hand. She, you know, and I mean prays for an hour.
Yeah.
And that's before she gets up for work or anything. So she prays. And then it got me into saying the Lord's Prayer every day. I always say, bless this food for these gifts I'm about to receive. I say, Lord, I'm not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. And then my day, okay, so then I go to my day.
Okay, we're
right?
just starting with the singing. I'm going to move
So-
on to Pete.
okay.
Because the question was just about
So
your
yes,
singing,
okay, so
which
yeah.
I think is beautiful that you
Yeah.
sing hymns every morning.
Yeah,
I
I do.
never
Every
thought. I
morning.
knew you
Lamb
were
of God.
religious, but
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
I do that every morning.
When is the last time you sang to yourself or to somebody else?
In the car all the time.
Yeah.
I do it in the car all the time.
So this
Not
morning.
to anybody. Oh, the last time I sang to somebody was on the show last week.
Ah, that's right. Last time you sang to yourself or to somebody, Pete?
This morning.
And I just find that to make my day
This morning.
Yeah.
I sing every day. I sing every morning.
more.
I sing to myself every day, but the last time that I sang to someone else, and I wouldn't even necessarily say the last time I sang to someone else, but my daughter, I told you that I've used this quarantine time to start writing and recording my own songs, right? I recorded a song for my birthday. And so I'd been like just workshopping different songs and writing different songs to beats, and actually sat down with my daughter and like played her the songs I'd been working on. And the feeling that I had was just like, it felt so good.
Of course.
You know what I sing every morning?
Tell me.
It feels good.
When I look at where I'm coming from,
Come on.
I know I'm blessed. So I close my eyes and smile. Inside it feels like I'm the richest man in Babylon.
Meet it. Have you heard of the
No.
Have you heard of the 36 questions to make you fall in love?
No.
So this is a study out of Berkeley. They combined 36 questions that just help build intimacy. So we're going through them.
I thought you just take your clothes off and just get the
No. Okay, so this is a good one.
So let me ask you this. So
Yes.
if you're on is these good questions to ask if you're on a date?
These are perfect questions for a blind date, first
like a
date.
blind date. That sounds
Yeah.
like- yeah, perfect
Yeah,
blind
because
date
by the end of it, you feel like you know the person,
Right. Wow.
Okay, if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the next 60 years, which would you choose? So if you're 90 and if the remainder of your life, you can either have the body of a 30-year-old or the mind of a 30-year-old.
So 90 living
at
till what,
90, which would you
100?
choose? You're 90 and you have more time.
me the
So you're
body.
at 90.
Give me the body.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to move. So when you're 90, you're like this.
There you go.
But you
Yeah.
can still think.
Yeah.
Yeah. AP, when you're 90, you move like this, eh?
Yeah.
But you can still think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me the movements of the 30-year-old with the 90 mind.
Yeah.
The mind of a 9-year-old does not mean that it's like you're done or you're suffering from some ailment or anything like that.
No.
So everybody's body. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would take the body definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Definitely take the body. That's a simple one.
I guess
think
there's
we all
a
agree.
score for this, right?
No, there's no score. It's just about building intimacy. So I guess the score is how much closer we feel to each other at the end. Because even Sean saying that he sings a hymn every morning, did you know that about him? No. Exactly.
But that's
Okay, this is an interesting question. This is an interesting question.
Yeah, it's like, do you pray in the
Berkeley came up with it. Do you have a hunch about when you will die? No, is it when or how? No, how? Do you have a hunch about how you will die?
I do. I do.
How do you think you'll
I
die?
think I'm going to die in my sleep.
I don't think about that.
I think I've come this far. I think that I'll die in my sleep.
You want to die in your sleep.
Of course I want to die in my sleep, but I mean, I don't want to die in a car accident because I'm...
Yeah, no, God
You,
forbid.
you
Don't even say that.
understand? I don't want to die because I'm at a club and someone's shooting wild bullets all over the place. I don't want to die for those reasons. I would rather die in my sleep, even if I'm like 90 and like you said, the body's working but the mind is slower. It's okay. My dad was 94 when he died, right?
Wow.
And he lived healthy. He ate with a knife and fork until he was 94.
That's good. Do you have a hunch about how you'll die? Do you ever think about that? Or like, not how do you want to die, but do you have, some people have a feeling like, oh, I know I'll drown.
I know how I don't want to die. I don't necessarily.
You don't
know
have a hunch about how you will die.
I would want to die. I don't really think about how I.
Peaceful is awesome,
Yeah.
really.
But I know my fears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How I wouldn't want to go. You
I
know.
don't want to go anyways. I don't want to...
I guess some people, I don't know, some people might just have a feeling.
You know?
Hunch about how you'll die?
No. No. I don't think about that. I've never ever thought about that a day in my life.
Really? No?
No. And I've never wished I was dead or anything like that.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't wish I was dead, but I definitely do pray often for a peaceful death. You know what I mean?
And a fast death too.
Peaceful. I want to greet God. Just I don't want it to be horrible. You know what I mean? And I've prayed for like.
Yeah, I don't want that. A fast death. A fast death. You know.
Okay, so I guess we'll partner up. So name 3 things you and Pete have in common.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Women. Love
Yes.
for women.
Yes.
A love for women.
Are you listening to this, Pete?
So me and Peter, right?
Yes. 3 things you and Sean have
Maybe
in
you
common.
can't really pick me and Peter. You gotta pick me and
No, I'm gonna
somebody.
do you and him, and then he and I will pick what we have in common.
No, you have to pick somebody not so close to Peter. Because me and Peter,
It's fine. Just 3
Okay,
things
so
you guys
I'd say
have in common.
basketball.
Women.
women, love for women.
Yes, love for
not-
women.
And clothing.
Love for clothes.
So then you don't have to ask me then, because
Okay, 3 things you have in common with Kev.
with Kev,
Yeah.
They are not
Into-
coming with me because we are original.
No, 3 things you have in common with Kev.
the way we think, I would say,
Music.
music, and just I don't know, just an energy, just an energy, man. I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Just an energy. You just sometimes you're just drawn to certain people. You know what I mean? You don't know why. You know what I mean? You just enjoy the time you spend together.
3 things you have in common with Panther.
With Panther. Our attitude. Share
Attitude.
similar attitude. Yeah.
Music, definitely.
Yeah, music. Actually, passion. Passion. Like he has Taurus traits with him. Like when he's
Or are you Taurus?
yeah.
That's funny, me too.
It's like sparring. Like this
Yeah.
is something you don't really think about, right?
Yeah.
This is the whole point of it. P.
What do you think about this?
3 things you and I have in common.
I'm saying with him. Common? Really?
Yeah.
No,
We like
it's
music.
Opposites,
Yeah.
right?
We like
That's what brings
we
us
like
together.
our medical marijuana, and we're both dark.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So it's like
So please.
yeah.
Understand that. I don't think it's I don't think it's a common things that bring us together. I think it's the opposite things.
Oh, for sure. But I guess they want you to be able to figure out what you have in common. Not why do you like Kev, just Name 3 things that you have in common with him. Yeah.
Basic.
Like music.
Movies. This is surface. This is surface stuff.
There might be deeper stuff if you look deeper.
Oh, intellectual conversation.
What are your parents like? What are your relationships like with your parents?
Is that another question?
No, I'm just saying that could be like what you have in common, right?
His mom is a polar opposite to my mom.
Okay.
Polar opposite.
For what in your life do you,
Yeah.
for what in your life do you feel most grateful for? What are you most grateful for?
Good people around me, man. Friends, I would say, yeah.
Friends
I'm
is
grateful
good.
to have like a family, like an extended family. Yeah.
I got that. What are you most grateful
What
for?
am I most grateful for? Besides being able to wake up and open my eye every day, kiss the day, what am I most grateful for? My surroundings, like the people that are around me. I have a good core of friends. Took me a long time to get a nice core of friends around me. I'm grateful for that. And family, too, obviously.
Pete, what are you most grateful for in your life?
Probably I'm most grateful for my children and my woman.
Amen.
Because I don't have to search no farther.
Come on.
And my kids and
Unconditional love.
grandkids would have replaced them with nothing. That's all I need. I got 7 grandkids, eh?
Wow! How come I just
7.
thought it was 2?
7!
Wow, Pete.
Yeah.
That's a
7
kingdom.
no.
Cool. That's a blessing. Sean, what are you most grateful for in life?
Sorry, say that again.
What are you most grateful for in life?
My health, the existing health I have right now. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to not be the same person I was 10 years ago.
Wow.
Because I figured that 10 years ago, I was going to be terrible at 54, right? When I was 44. But I'm so grateful that God came and embraced me and took me. And like I said, I met my girl 10, 11, 12 years now, I think we've been together. And
Cool.
she's she's the opposite. When a woman, you talk about opposites, me and her are opposites. She doesn't do anything, nothing, right? And she's good with it too. She doesn't want to try smoking weed even. She doesn't want to. So it's almost like I'm so grateful to have found her at 44. To be here at 54, I wouldn't be here without her.
I love
I
that.
would have probably been here with you guys, for sure, but I would have probably been in a darker place.
Yeah, that's huge.
But going home and having the bed, I used to sleep on a couch like almost half my life. I slept on a couch.
Okay, this is important. Okay, cool.
So that was, gratefulness is, I'm so grateful.
I love that.
Thank God.
You would have get it for sure.
What would you change about the way you were raised?
I wish I had. Wish. I guess wish. Okay, I'll say wish. Wish I had more opportunities. I wish our family had more opportunities. I wish we had more money, so we would have had more opportunities. I feel like to follow the paths that for me as a kid, that I wanted to go down. You know what I mean?
Like what, for example?
But everything worked out.
Yeah.
Everything really worked out. But I feel like anything I had put my mind to, I would have been able to achieve. But I wasn't given that opportunity, like sports, like playing basketball. I tried playing football, but I couldn't really pursue these things because there was no money to support it, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably about it. But like I said, everything worked out.
I love that. What would you change about the way you were raised? What would you change about
I would probably change the fact that my mom and dad got divorced, and I would make them stay together. I don't know how she'd feel about that, or him.
Yeah.
But if I had my wish,
Yeah.
that's what I would wish for.
I love that.
Because at the end of the day, we need both parents in the household to build strong people.
Yeah.
One person can't do it. It's not enough.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean.
That's
What
it,
would you
yes,
change
yeah.
about the way you were raised?
I would change here. I would change having my dad in my life. The only thing I would change.
He wasn't in your life, or
He
you would put
wasn't
him
in my
your
life.
Okay,
He wasn't
yeah.
in my life. He was in my life until around 8, 9. And then when he left, it was like he had us in hockey. Me and my two brothers, and we're in hockey, we're in sports, we're doing everything. And then when he left, my mom was left to pick up the pieces. And it was like, I would change that. I couldn't really want for them to be fighting the way they did. Okay, I wish that would have changed, because they used to scream and bark at each other. But I would definitely wish my dad to be in my life, because to see the man that I am today, my mom was responsible for that, right? But imagine if you had your mom and your dad.
Yeah, piece of the same thing.
It would have been like, wow, this is why I look gray hair. My dad was gray. This is why I'm so smart in books, because my dad was an accountant, you know? But I didn't see it. I didn't know it. He didn't train me. I just was, I love numbers. I love books, right? And my dad did it till he was 80. He did income tax. You understand? So the one thing I would change, not my behavior or anything, because I was a bad kid, but to have my dad there in my life would have probably been
I
the
love
best
that.
thing.
No, so like, no, please, in 4 minutes, please tell us your life story.
In 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay, let's see. Born in Jamaica, came here when I was around 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. Learned a lot about, I guess, my skin color being different. What else? Overcame that. Experienced something in my life that I never thought I'd experience, and that it was a wake-up call for me, and it brought me to this point in my life.
So what's that? Can you specify?
I got locked up,
Okay.
and now I'm here. There it is, nutshell. 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes.
Okay, cool. I mean, no pressure. Yeah, however you tell your story. In 4 minutes, tell us your life story. Just an abbreviated version of your life story.
Okay.
Yeah, I need your mask off, though, just because it is going to be a lot of talking.
Okay, so my mom had to tie me to a tree when I was little, because I used to run in the middle of the street. So I was tied to a tree when I was a kid, because I ran in front of a bus one time. I had brothers and friends around me, so it was always fun. We always play fighting. We always went and did trouble. That was great as a kid. As a kid, growing up in a neighborhood where there's a whole bunch of guys, like friends, they become friends, they come to your house, they eat, whatever, is the best. And especially now you keep those friends to this day, you still do the same kind of things, you know what I mean? Like, sticking in the kitchen, for example. I became a busboy, pot washer, dishwasher. I used to make toast all day at the Pickle Barrel, you know? And then moving on to becoming almost an executive chef without going to school, right? So that was good. The love for women, being able to have healthy children. That's to sum it up, you know, and now, you know, I'm here today. I don't miss nothing. I don't think I missed out on anything. Besides the fame and the fortune that we talk about, the fame is not really, a little bit of fortune, just to sit back and say you don't have to live paycheck to paycheck, you know? That would be a blessing, I find. But, you know, in this society, it's so hard. It's so hard to think. But that's it. That's the sum of 54 years in my life.
Tomorrow, having gained one quality or ability, what would it be? So an ability or a quality. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained one ability or quality,
The
what would it
ability
be?
to make endless amounts of money with no effort.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Next question. Ability or okay, for sure. No. If I could wake up tomorrow, I would want to wake up with the ability to sing really well. It's always been my dream to sing really well.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've always been envious of people that sing really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd wake up with a voice. Yeah. That would change my whole life.
You know what? I always wanted to know how to like swim.
Really? You don't know how to swim? We can change that
Like a strong,
tomorrow.
no, like a strong swimmer though.
Yeah, no, I know. I want to be able to
Where it could
dive
hang out
good.
in the water. Yeah, where it could just hang out in the deep waters
Okay.
and not worry about drowning.
Yeah.
Because it looks like fun.
I wish I knew how to skate, ice skate.
How are you guys
Never
Canadian? I don't understand how you guys can't swim and skate.
Ice skate. Like I said, the time that I was supposed to learn how to ice skate, Ian and my other brothers learned. My dad was there. He showed them. He
They
taught
should have
them.
showed you, babe. And it's just about
I
putting
never
skates
got it.
on.
I felt like I had two left feet. And it was
Huh.
like, I was always, I don't know. Maybe because I skate, maybe I don't know. Something scared
If you could wake up with the gained skill or ability.
The thing that I like is to wake up and never self-doubt myself ever again. Be sure
Ah.
about everything.
I love that. So the quality would be self-assurance, unrelenting,
Never doubt myself
unwavering
about
self-assurance.
anything. Yes.
I love that. So the next question, guys. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Nothing.
Yeah. None.
I don't know. Yeah, but you got to choose one.
Oh, you have to choose one.
Yeah.
So what is it? Your life, your future,
If it could tell you,
past, present,
if a crystal ball could tell you, yeah, basically anything about yourself, your future, what your life is going to be like,
What would you want to know?
anything else.
Future.
If a crystal ball could tell you anything, what would you want to know?
I
Ooh,
would
I would be.
just want to know, will I remain a happy person for the rest of my life?
That's what I'm saying.
That's all.
Yeah.
Because whatever gets me there would be geared to me.
Based on that.
Yeah,
Right.
but what if the answer is no?
That's the scary part. That's what I wouldn't want. Yeah, it might
You
be.
have to
If
choose.
the answer is no, you're not going to be happy.
You can choose any question though.
Yeah, but
That's the question. Yeah, you'd want to know. Am I going to be happy? Yeah.
But if you need loss
Can't appreciate
and gain, you need happiness and sadness,
Do
you
you
need
think
that.
so? Yeah, I guess.
Well, how would you know?
I know.
If
I
you've
know.
never been
And
sad,
that's
how would you-
life's greatest lesson.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
Hate what?
The fact that you have to feel, or the fact that we believe you need the bitter to feel the sweet.
Yes.
Like sometimes I resent it.
Well, some people lose touch with reality, though, and you see that with a lot
By
of
it being
I guess,
too sweet?
rich people, right? I think they lose touch with reality. Not necessarily rich people, but rich and famous people. Sometimes they lose touch with reality. Just like I
They
heard.
do, yes, because money will buy them out of anything.
Well, that's what I'm
right?
saying. And I've heard, like, for instance, like Madonna. I remember when she was up here and for the film festival,
Yeah.
and she told everybody they had to face the wall because she didn't want anybody staring
What?
at her when she walked in the room.
It was horrible.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's not whose reality is that? Like, I would never be able to tell anybody to do that. I wouldn't even think to do something like that.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres, right? They said that
She was
she
horrible
asked
to people.
Like when she was walking around the studios, that when she was there, they'd have to get out of the hallways. They'd have to like go into rooms so she wouldn't have to face anybody walking through the hallways.
I guess she didn't want the small
Ask
talk.
for that.
She didn't want the small talk. She didn't want to have to deal with small talk every day.
That blows my mind that you could ask for that. That's can be a life request for you.
It's okay. What do you value most in a friendship?
Truthfulness, honesty, loyalty.
Hey,
I think that those qualities, sharing, caring, giving, equal. Nobody's above just because you're famous and I'm not. You don't treat me differently. I don't treat you differently. We're still friends like that.
My value most, honesty, number one, obviously. What else? Honesty,
I'm gonna go drop Abraham.
which is clarity. I mean, I could say it so many different ways. What else?
Night.
Good connection, like verbal connection. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What do you value most in a friendship?
I think honesty. Honesty and compatibility. Meaning, similar people tend to attract each other. And so as long as there's that compatibility and there's the trust, I think you can have great relationships, great friendships.
What do you value most in a friendship?
Truth and loyalty. Excuse me.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
I got a good relationship with my mom. I love my mom. I mean, relationship-wise, she's my mom. I don't know. My mom always told me to go sit down, don't talk around adults. That's how I was raised. Yeah. So as far as connection-wise with me and my mom, can sit down and reason and stuff like that. I don't really have that much, especially that she's gotten older in age and stuff. But I would say, yeah, that I love my mom. Obviously, I would do anything for my mom. But yeah, there's no real
Friendship. You never developed a friendship.
There you go. Yeah, there's not a friendship there.
It's still mom and son kind of thing.
How do you feel about your relationship with your mom?
Well, no, it's pretty much exactly like Pete said. My mom was a disciplinarian. So exactly the same thing is, that there's a specific way that you need to behave, there's specific things that you need to do, you can't ever talk back, you can't, there's this, so I hear other people say, my mom's my best friend. My mom was never my friend. My mom was the boss, right? My mom was the boss, and she told me what to do, and that's it. So, same thing now that, our relationship over the years has developed in that all of a sudden I feel she's no longer the boss, and she also feels she's no longer the boss. So the dynamics have changed a little bit.
You're the man in the house now.
Well,
she respects
we both. There's more of a rely on each other when you're a kid. The mom's the boss. You rely on her 100%. Now the relationship is more we rely on each other.
Okay.
But there isn't that. I sometimes feel jealous to hear other people say, "My mom's my best friend.
Yeah.
My mom is awesome. My mom's." I never had that. I never had that.
Yep.
I think the difference with me is me and my dad's relationship has, I think that's because when I moved back home, has developed to become a friendship, like a mutual respect between two men.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm in his eye, equal man, but I'm not too far. Whereas with my mom is like his mom. You'll never be like it's in my grave, even in my grave. She's very alpha. My mom is alpha. Like she will beat up a man. Right. She's fair, and that's what I love about her. She has no fear.
Yeah.
But sometimes that no fear goes too far. Because it has to have a balance to it. You know what I mean? Like she has no fear. So she's the only woman I know in this world who is super dominant. Like she's alpha. Period. Like alpha over men and women.
Sean, how do you feel about your relationship with your mom?
I have a good relationship with my mom. I didn't have a good relationship with her growing up because I was a rebel child. But my mom is such a sweet lady that I got away with everything and anything. She beat me when I was younger. She tried to discipline me, but she was such a gentle. Mrs. Cameron, Peter brought up Mrs. Cameron for the longest time,
I grew up under Sean's.
Yeah, my mom brought Peter to who he is today. And she would have done the same with Kevin if she knew Kevin. Just that
I love that.
neighborhood mom.
Yeah, everybody went to his
Like my
house.
grandma, everybody went to my
Everybody went to
house.
this guy's house.
Not only because me and my two brothers, but because
So what is your relationship like with her now?
wonderful. I go see her every Monday
Oh,
on my day off.
yeah.
I help her with the kitchen, I help her with the garbage, I help her. And my two brothers live there. And I still go there and take care of them.
No.
What they do for him, what they do for her is financial.
Okay, good.
What I do for her is the mom love, the son that she needs to see, the son that she needs. I go to my mom and I say, Mom, I need $100. And before, if I would have asked my mom for $100, she would have said, you owe me, eh? You owe me, eh? Now, here, son, here. As long as you come by Monday and see me on Mondays and spend a couple of hours with me on Monday.
You're pushing your mom for visits.
And she's a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful woman.
He did. He was thinking, well,
This is a deep one. When did you last cry in front of somebody?
What?
When did you last cry in front of someone?
When did I last what?
Cry in front of someone.
Cry?
Yeah.
Me not cry. I don't cry in business. Not big man. Me not cry. You know when I cry?
Tell me.
When I laugh.
That's the only time. You never cry out of sorrow, frustration, not even by yourself. A movie never made you cry? You never cry? No, I'm just asking. But really, a movie never made you cry?
The last time I think I actually cried tears is when I was at my friend's funeral.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't cry.
When did you last cry in front of another person?
Yeah.
I cry
you know
at
what they say,
movies.
you know?
I cry at songs.
The last time I cried was my my grandmother's funeral.
How long ago was that?
5?
Wow, really?
No, hold on, 4 years? 4 years? But prior to that, I never cried since I was like a kid.
Do you tear up at like movies or anything?
No, but I feel it.
Yeah.
Like I feel it. Yeah, my grandmother.
When did you last cry in front of another person?
When did I last?
When did you last cry? In front of another person or by yourself?
In front of another person?
Or by yourself?
Actually, maybe pretty recent.
See?
Because I text my daughter and I was saying some stuff.
Oh.
Came out. Yeah. I'm glad I got it off my chest because I was actually happy to hear from my daughter. I hadn't seen her in years. And,
Yeah.
You know, just to be able to tell her these things because
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason we fell apart. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it was.
That's a blessing. When was the last time you cried in front of someone?
He's Tin Man. He'll rust if he cries.
Don't say that.
Sean doesn't cry?
Don't say that. I cry. I'm an emotional guy. I cry. I cry all the time. I can cry right now if you want. And I'm not even fake crying for acting. I have so much emotions inside me, girl, that I cry on the drop of a dime. If something on TV or
Yeah.
something that is an emotional feeling, especially when it comes to father-son shows or something like that.
Yeah.
I bawl.
I know. I'm like you.
And if it comes to a woman, for example, that
Yeah.
it's okay. So if you're feeling something right now, and I'm feeling that, I'm crying.
Yeah,
My
that's
eyes
beautiful.
water. Yo,
That's beautiful. So
real
you cry
men
for
cry.
love. I cry for love
Real
too.
men, they say real men
No,
cry.
I definitely
man.
cry for love too. When was the last time you cried by yourself or in front of another person?
Gosh, let me. I mean, no, honestly, it hasn't been that long ago. There's been some rough things happening. It's not. I wouldn't call it unusual, and I'm very emotional anyway. So, you know.
Do you cry at movies? Can movies make
No.
you cry or no?
No, definitely not. It's real life that gets me, and a lot of is myself. Just sometimes I tend to overblow things.
What role do love and affection play in your life?
What role does love and affection play in my life?
What roles do love and affection play in your life?
Love and affection is, I think that's,
Are they important, I guess? Are they not that
yeah.
important? Are they...
Okay, I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Love and affection is very important in my life.
There has to be a rating in the question, though, based on the answer. What role?
It says, what roles do love and affection play in your life?
So there's not like
There's no under
high,
question.
medium, low?
No. It's just like what roles do they play? What roles do love and affection play in my life? Right now, love and affection are... Most of the love I have is familiar.
Answer that question so I have an idea of how.
Okay, the way I would answer it right now, I would say love and affection right now are mostly family-based because I'm not in a romantic relationship.
No.
So it's
It says
also a
what
goal because I'm not in a relationship.
Is it no, that's not the question.
How are you understanding the
Answer would be,
question?
is it primary role in your life? Is it like a
Love and
secondary?
affection is a primary role in my life. I find love and affection are very important to me.
Is it the number one thing?
It's high up there.
High, so it ain't
It should be number one. Love and affection for sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
What's this test based out of again?
What'd you say?
The whole basis of this.
It's basically this Berkeley psychological experiment or findings that people can fall in love. Answering these 36 questions. If you were to go on a blind date and you guys sat across from each other, and regardless of, maybe you had, you were attracted
Love
enough.
at first sight, kind of thing.
Exactly. It could create love at first sight.
I have to read the synopsis of the whole basis of the test to understand it, because
I feel like it's about getting to know
'cause
people
to me, you're
and then
asking
what
me random
important
questions.
set of questions. So I guess it's based on like, what do you think spiritually? What is your relationship like with your family? What are your thoughts on love? What are your thoughts on friendship?
The test, is it like in a 4
Oh no, it's not a test. It's just a way to get to know people. It's just a way to build a bond
it has to be a
by
test.
sharing our experiences. It's not a test. There's no pass or fail. There's no grading. It's just a way to get people to open up and to share in ways that they
Yeah, but what's the
wouldn't.
point of it though? That's what I understand.
The point is to fall in love, to become closer, to
So
better understand your
it's
friends.
not measuring something like the probability of you answering these questions, you'll fall in love and have a deeper connection, or you'll just have like random relationships with no deep connection.
They're
So,
saying
you know what
based
I
on
mean?
these
Like,
36 questions, these are the types of questions you need to ask somebody to gain interest and to build a loving relationship. So
if
these
I
are
had-
the things we need to know
So
about
if me
people.
and you were on a date,
Yes.
I should ask these questions.
If you and I were on a date and Google this so that you could bring it on your next date. No, really. If you bring us on a date and you stick these questions out and just ask them. It usually takes an hour to go through the whole thing. I've skipped a couple of them. Okay, good point. No, but what I love about these
I'm
questions,
not gonna be literal with asking those questions.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being literal about asking the questions.
Come on.
I don't think it would even be uncomfortable. It can be. No, of course you would be. Listen, if you go on a date, right? You guys are interested in each other. You sit the bowl of questions. You literally have each question in a bowl. You both pick up one question and just ask it casually over drinks. You get to know each other.
A date game.
I get to know each other.
It's literally, it's not a date game, but it's an icebreaker. It's a bond builder.
Yeah. It's a game to break the ice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also just explore questions that explore the depth that we really didn't get to.
I've never been on a date like that, like speed dating or like those kind of thing.
Have you ever had a date though where you like spoke all night?
I don't consider it a date though. I don't say like I've been on a date. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm taking a girlfriend to dinner, movies. We hung out. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had anybody where the conversation was perfect and you just
Oh, yeah,
spoke
yeah.
and
Yeah,
knew
spoke all
and
night.
laughed and related
That
and
was in
maybe
high school.
walked?
Of course. High school, yeah.
So that's what they're talking about. They're talking about the value of that, the value of really getting to know somebody and so if getting to know somebody makes us more likely to fall in love with them, then what do we need to know about them to fall in love with them? And based on these 36 questions, they feel like they found the formula. Yeah.
So I'm more of a personal person. Like I like energy. So my attraction is based on like how the person is, not necessarily like what's coming out their mouth.
Body language.
Yeah, body language, energy, like vibe. You know what I mean? Like if you want to say chi or aura and stuff. You know what I mean?
So somebody's experience, the way somebody thinks, the way somebody, like for instance with the mother question, an answer like that could just reveal, it doesn't necessarily make you like them more, but
if you're on a date, that
it
question
can make you relate to them because they
I
shared
find that's
with
a
you.
turn-off question. Like, so some women don't want to be with a guy that has kids, for example.
Yeah.
Right? So why would the guy reveal that on the
first
first date?
Yeah.
Especially if they have an attraction to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're shooting yourself in the foot.
If you were to ask me, when's the last time you cried in a date? I'm like,
Yeah, like that's a turn-off question. Like, the girls are not
never.
I don't know, you think a woman would be turned off if you said recently?
I think
It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question.
I think I would get defensive
Yeah.
And I think also, if I ask a girl, when's the last time you cried? I think she'd get defensive too, because you're looking for weakness, right?
Right.
And in a date, when you're trying to know each other, you're not trying to make each other look weak. If somebody asks you, when's the last time I
And
cried?
women don't want a weak
Okay,
man.
what the hell?
Sure, but
There's no woman
Why do you
I
want to
can
know that?
put in my mind.
women don't want a weak man.
No,
But
they don't.
honesty is bond building.
So hold on. If I want to, I see you. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I see you on the street. Here's the scenario. I see you walking in a crowded room, and boom, I say, "Can I have a drink? You want to buy her a drink, whatever." Get through that first thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, would you like to go with me to watch a movie? Sure. Go eat the movie. Dinner after, and we're sitting there having a conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Nissa,
Came over.
when's the last time you cried? And she be like, well, no, we'll give it to her. Hold on, wait. I'm not finished. Let me land.
Yeah, go ahead.
And she's like, I cry all the time. I love and I'm spiritual. I'm in the clouds and all that. And then she turns around to me and she's like, when's the last time you cried? I'm like, I cry all the time. Hell no, she's not there.
Yeah.
Especially if you cried yesterday. Especially if you want. And it cut me with heart.
Okay, here's proof.
I cried when I seen the cat video. I cried and see the dog video. I cried and see when a baby cried.
Okay.
No,
Right? Like if you
Exactly.
if you want to have a relationship with someone honest, but at the same time, I'm gonna say I cried like a baby last night because my last date didn't show up.
Some people like, come on. I don't think that's true. I think some women. No. I think some women like sensitive men. I'm not gonna say all women.
it's when
I don't think there's one reaction to that
You
answer.
want to find out about that stuff later on,
later on.
as you get to know the person.
Later on.
I think that should be more organic. That
Having layers
so much. I can't believe it.
Bro.
You got to leave something to be
Imagine that shit.
desired. I
But
guess.
not too much. But this is the problem. The thing is, and what I like about these questions is there's so much stuff that we don't discuss with people. And the relationship just progresses day after day. And there's stuff that you genuinely don't know about them. You don't know how they think. You don't know how they feel because you never ask.
People have to be, and I've been saying this all year.
Yes.
People have to learn to pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention, man.
A lot of people are caught up in themselves.
Right, exactly.
Watch this. Women, girls, ladies and women always
Yes.
say this, that they want a man to be emotionally, open or emotionally connected or emotionally, like in touch with their emotions,
Yeah, in
right?
touch with their emotions.
And then when they say that, there's a needle, right? So you can't
But
be
that's the
too
thing. It
emotional.
depends on what it is.
I think it depends on how much you like the person really. Because the truth is, if you really like somebody, you don't even care if they're emotional. You
If
don't.
you love the person, you put up with it because you know that next month is the same.
Exactly.
Next month is the same. So put up with it because if you love them,
Yeah.
was like,
it's one thing. But if you're married to somebody, you're living with somebody, you know every month.
even then,
Kevin's saying, okay.
they don't want you to be too emotional.
No, but every
Okay.
month,
Even then,
they
no.
become emotional, so you have to
No.
It depends. Emotional how? Emotional showing emotion, or are we still on crime? We're talking about emotional? Women like emotional men, you guys.
Wait, define emotional. Man,
Exactly.
because that you have to.
Exactly. So a man that's gonna tell you how he feels, a man that's even possessive, a man that's even jealous, a man that's like all those things, ups and downs, a man that's like going through the motions of like love. Women love that stuff. Women love that
That's
stuff.
hell, man. I wouldn't want to go through any of those things.
That is so confusing.
What?
I'm like, damn. They want to speak
A woman is. Every emotion you talk about is a woman.
happy. I'm like, wait.
I don't want to have to feel jealous with my girl. I need to feel that confidence.
But
You don't feel
we
that.
can only be jealous at a certain time. But then if we're over jealous at a certain time.
Anyways, I'm different. I like crazy guys. Like that's my type. So like
But
whatever.
you like emotionally crazy guys.
I do.
Emotionally unstable guys, but you don't like bad man. Like
I like a bad man. Make a bad man crazy.
Bye.
Sure.
Why is it that
Yeah, I need to put the camera in your eyes.
to make love to them during their pregnancy? They want that, feel that love during their pregnancy. Why? Why do women want us to want them even when they're pregnant?
Why not? What are you talking about?
No, it has nothing more to do about sex. They want to feel beautiful. They want to feel loved. They want women are the ones that.
And also, being pregnant makes you horny.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
True.
What do you want me to say?
But so does your PMS makes you feel horny.
Oh my gosh.
Real facts.
Yes.
My only point is, don't avoid being emotional. Some women really enjoy emotional men. In fact, it's more fun when a guy's emotional. It's not that fun if a guy's
That's what they say now.
You keep
That's what they say now.
See?
I'm saying somebody that's gonna say I love you, somebody that's gonna be torn up
Okay,
about
I
you,
love you should
somebody
be-
that's gonna want to listen to songs and be miserable, somebody that's gonna want to be happy, somebody that's gonna go through the ups and downs.
That sounds
What?
normal.
What do men want? What do men want?
I don't care. What do men want?
Okay, so I'm the flip side of that.
See, if you don't tape it out. I don't care.
No, I'm teasing.
I bet you she put pause in the video for that, eh?
I'm teasing.
That's some women's secret society.
You're insecure. They make you think you're jealous, but it's you. You're the jealous one. You're the one that don't.
Exactly. That's what
You know what?
I'm
It
saying.
sounds like a
That's
no-win
right.
situation.
Why you wearing
Sorry,
that
what do men
friggin'
want?
Tiny skirt.
Okay, so if men don't want to be
Women don't
emotional,
care about
are
what
women
men
too emotional?
Why is your skirt so short? That's what we're wondering. Why is our girl, my wife,
I'll tell you
why
what men want.
Why are you
Peace of
wearing that?
mind. Peace.
You trying to make me jealous? You trying to make me upset? You know, guys are freaking looking at you.
Maybe.
Yeah, but why are you doing
It
that?
spices it up.
Turn the camera around.
I know. You know, I'm gonna big a big ass camera and film her.
You guys are too much.
And mic her. And
Lisa, turn that camera around and show them what you wearing.
Stop it.
One time.
No, that's soft. That's
I'm
soft.
talking about in general. I'm talking
Thank
about
you.
in general.
If you're in a
Okay?
relationship.
And if I'm in a relationship, that's what I'm saying.
You're my
There's
girl
certain
and you
things
go
that.
into a barbershop with 5 men in it. You're my
No,
girl.
that's fine. Just my girl. That wouldn't bother
You
me.
can't say that.
No, the way she dressed, if she's my girl, that wouldn't bother me.
It's a summer dress.
Sometimes you come in better than summer dresses.
It depends
Oh
on
my
the
God.
situation. No, I disagree. I disagree.
First of all,
I'm a
I'm
little more
single.
literal
I'm
when it comes to
single
my girl.
and an angel.
If they turn the camera on and see you standing here doing the show.
That's why I don't have to turn the camera around. Nobody has to know anything. You guys are too funny.
You're doing that on purpose.
It's summer.
No,
That
I know.
outfit
Oh my
too.
God.
You're doing a summer show in a barber
That's a bad
shop
example.
with a bunch of men that some have to go home to the wife when one wife watches the show.
Actually, you know what?
I'm never on the
Real
show,
talk.
babe.
Wait, hold on, wait.
I'm never
Hold
on
How
the
about you
show.
put yourself on the show?
Real talk.
Let them see who's taking the show.
Hold on, wait. If I
Let
have
them
a
see
girl,
who's doing the
hold
show.
on, wait. If I have my girl, I have my girl. She's my woman.
Yeah.
Right? She's mine. Right?
Bro,
And I'm territorial.
Yes.
Straight up, I'm territorial.
I like
okay?
that. Women
So-
like that.
So, and my girl is in the shop, for example, with a bunch of sharks in the shop.
Yeah.
Okay?
there's
And
always
she,
sharks in
and
the
she
show.
holds down herself solid.
Not saying
Come
she
on.
That's
doesn't.
even more sexy.
Right? Don't I hold
And
myself
I
down
should be able
solid,
to watch
Cat?
her
But I
find,
love
like,
you.
some of
But
my
now, my woman's not like you.
Exactly.
My woman knows that a beautiful woman like this is standing in front of me with that camera.
Well, then she's not as solid, though.
How many
That's
women can
different.
say they're
Hold
like?
on,
They
hold
can
on.
say they're like
That's
that.
it.
Like you.
What?
And my girl could do the show too.
My girl is not
Actually,
doing this show.
if
My
you're-
girl is not standing amongst 5 heterosexual men and doing this show. Just in some-
I'm not.
She's not.
I'm not.
I'm telling you as a man.
That's the difference.
You're talking about the jealousy? You're talking about being whatever you want to say a man is, insecure about women
I
dressing
wonder.
like
I'm
that.
gonna tie it
I
in.
wonder
I'm gonna
because
tie
you know
it
what's so funny? My daughter's father doesn't watch the show.
Well, that's.
I wonder if that's
a
the
little
vibe.
insecurity part.
I wonder if that's the
That's a little
vibe.
insecure. But like I said to you, me and this guy's bond because we have sisters and no brothers. That is our look towards it.
And she's like,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
drinking? No.
I won't get jealous over something like that. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
for me, with my girl being in a power position, not necessarily in a dominant position, but
Yeah.
a power position,
Yeah.
does not make me feel insecure. I actually love that. It turns me on. Like her being smart and handling her business.
Come on. I I can't help that this is the coolest place on earth. What am I to do about it?
Yeah.
What
And
am
you're
I
the
to
one
do
woman
about
in
it?
this place?
What am I to do
You're
about
the
it?
one woman in this
That's her
place?
advantage.
What am I to do
Exactly.
about it?
Exactly.
What is your most treasured memory?
That's very hard. I don't have an answer for that. I have really
Precious memory. Precious
Your
memory.
most
I'm gonna say
treasured memory.
if I had to just treasured memory.
Yeah.
like it's the most
Most
important.
You know
valuable,
what?
your best
I'm
memory.
gonna say watching my son being born.
Wow.
Because I've never seen anything like that in my entire life.
Okay.
Never. And the anticipation of him being born and everything too, right? Yeah, it was amazing. I've never seen anything like that. Cutting the umbilical cord, like just seeing the whole process of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
And you know that's
That was
so
mind-blowing.
untraditional? We're the
I don't even know
new
if I should say
generation
this on
of that.
camera.
Like our fathers didn't do that.
I know.
What do you say the question again? So
What is your most treasured memory?
Sometimes they're really in the hospital.
when I had my first orgasm as a man. When I
Sean
when
is
I
saying his first orgasm, you guys.
I'm saying it correctly, you know? I didn't
Yeah.
say when I came. I'm
Yeah.
not saying like
Orgasm.
You can.
Yeah.
Our bus.
When I'm not saying that, but that was one of my most treasurable. I never forget that moment. Is when my first when I bust.
I don't even remember my first one. I wouldn't have
What
an
is your
answer.
most treasured memory?
Honestly, genuinely, I don't have an answer for that. I have treasured memories
Are
all
you
the
telling
time.
me you don't remember
so
the first time?
Yeah, he said he doesn't.
I don't have. No, I don't. I don't remember like the first time, bro.
It's okay. Aside from Sean's memory, I just want to find out what his is.
My most. I don't have. I can't make it one singular thing. I can't. Life
Most
is
treasured memory?
memory. I can't.
life
put
is
it to
too
one thing.
rich.
Yeah.
Something recent then.
I mean, besides, of course, besides the kids.
Yeah.
Because that is on another level. But if we put that aside,
Yeah.
I think one of my most treasured memories was I went hang gliding in Rio.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
That-
amazing.
Memorable.
Hand gliding.
That
Yeah,
was
that's,
like-
that's a memory you treasure.
Something new.
Yeah. Besides, the
Yeah.
kids.
It's a new experience.
Like,
Never done.
first of all, Rio being this
Yeah, as beautiful as it is.
place,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, so
And
you didn't know
yeah,
that.
and it really is. They
Jesus?
have these rocks, and you jump off like these giant rocks, and you land on the beach. You actually
Wow.
you go over to the sea, and you land right on the beach. That was
That's beautiful. Okay. So I've got two. So I'd say my answer is, in terms of children, and I'll tear up even saying this. I brought my daughter to
Be careful, because your kids are gonna be like.
No, I brought my daughter to Elm Spa. I don't remember how many years ago for her birthday, like maybe her 18th birthday or her 17th birthday or 16th. I don't remember which year it was. But I brought her to Elm Spa and we were swimming in the pool. And I turned around at one point and she done like this somersault in the pool and her smile, she looked like she was 8 years old again. Like I'll never forget just how happy and how much fun she was having. You know what I mean? Like she looked like a kid again. And then a personal one was my first night at Rap City. So I was, in school for radio and television arts, Rap City, when Rap City was on Much Music, right?
Okay.
I was interning at Rap City, and this is like my first time. No, this is like with
the next one.
I went to school with them, Terrell, T-Rex.
Yeah. No. Oh, so after.
This is like 2012,
Yeah.
2011, 2012. And Nicki Minaj's Moment for Life had just come out that day. And I suggested that they play it. And they played it, and the studio was filled with just the coolest kids in hip hop. And it was like a party on TV. And then Moment for Life played, and I'll never forget that. It was like just one of the best times. I was on Rap City. I worked for Rap City for a bit.
Okay.
what was the name of that dance show City TV had?
Electric Circus. We need to bring that back.
Okay, so if she's saying something like that,
Yeah.
so I do have memorable moments, right? So I do have memorable moments in my life where like I felt my life transitioned a certain way, right? Like,
Yeah.
So for example, being on a lecture circuit, you know what I mean? Like daring myself to do something. Yeah, like doing something that was very challenging, like you're putting yourself out there kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
So it would be like
Side. What is your most terrible memory? Okay, I've got one. I'll start it off. So in 2010, my stepmother passed away from cancer, and this is after fighting it for like 5 years. Like, this woman was so healthy and just like started businesses. She was the prime example of like just living life to the fullest, even when you know you've got like stage 4 cancer. All right, final word. 36 questions. Do you feel like you got to know anybody better?
I feel like yes. I definitely feel more connected because I'm learning your deepest thoughts and your feelings, and I definitely feel like I've gotten closer to the people at the shop that were answering these questions, definitely. And I advise everybody to do the same thing. I'm actually gonna ask Lisa for the link because I want to go over these questions myself and just to think about these things. There's stuff that you don't really think about every day, right? But they're important, and you got to know yourself, right? So I think that's what we're promoting here, is knowing yourself. Peace.
I love that.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another weekly Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.